Okay, so after my first video, which was explaining all about what match betting is, hopefully you've then taken the decision that this is something that you want to do. So the questions you might be asking yourself is, how do I get started? It's relatively straightforward and simple to get started. You don't even need to have any experience or knowledge about betting or sports, etc. All you really need to make sure is that you almost have a separate bank that you use, so you don't get mixed in with all your household bills, and a separate email. And ideally what you're looking to have is a device that you can use which is solely for match betting. So whether that's a laptop, whether it's a phone, whether it's an iPad, etc. As long as they can handle the websites that you're using, they should be fine to use. I've always used phones and iPads. I'm not one that uses laptops, so I'm in the minority when it comes to match betting. However, it's nice and simple to get started. Create a new email address as well, because what you'll find is bookmakers will send you multiple emails talking about the offers that they're actually giving away. And you might not want that to be linked into your personal email as well. Sometimes you might lose them, you might miss out on some of the offers that they're actually giving you. So the first thing I would say is have a separate bank account if possible, so it doesn't mix in with your own actual money. The easiest way to do this is to actually have the money separate, so you don't get confused about what's match betting money and what's your own money. And the other thing, benefit for me for that is essentially your match betting pot will grow over time as long as you do this correctly, and you'll actually start to see the difference. So if it's mixed in with another bank account, you might start spending some of the profits without actually realising, something that I did right at the very start. So it's easy done. So new bank account, new email address, have a device that you use solely for match betting. I used to share an iPad with my daughter, so she would be wanting to watch some YouTube videos, as kids do these days. And at the same time I was trying to get on a bet. So having something that's solely yours will help. A lot of cheap devices can be bought online as well. Just make sure that they're up to date with the latest version so you can actually use them. Once you've got that in place, really it's a matter of joining either one of Profit Accumulator or Odds Monkey. And again, I've got links below in terms of joining up with them. And what they have got is they have got all the software that's required. They've also got all the training guides that are required as well. Something I can help with as well on top of that. So maybe you want to understand the basics first in terms of match betting and how to use it. They've got a really good community in there as well. But then maybe if you've taken all that you can from match betting and you want to go further, that's where my group and my coaching comes into place. But to start off with, Profit Accumulator and Odds Monkey, which are two really good match betting sites. Once you're signed up with that, you essentially just go from start to finish with the sign up offers that you're actually going to do. Now, in terms of how much money do you need to start this, you don't actually really need a great deal of money, but it's purely just the time that it takes for you to get through the offers. So if, let's just say, you start with £20 to start with, which is, to be fair, it's all you really need to start with, depending on where your bet wins, whether it wins into the bookmaker or whether it wins into the exchange, it might take a couple of days for that money to come back out to then be able to go into your next bookmaker offer that you're going to do. So sometimes having a kind of float of money that you can pick from actually helps. So in an ideal world, you would probably start with maybe a couple of £100. So, but I'm fully aware that that's not always possible for everybody. All it means is that you can get through the offers quicker than the rest of them because you're not waiting. I think one thing that's really, really important is to choose your bank that you use wisely. So I have a Monzo bank account, and that takes a couple of days for withdrawals to come through. However, a Halifax account is almost instant. So when you're starting off, you probably don't want to be waiting about for offers. Your money takes a little bit of time to come back. Therefore, you're missing out on daily offers that are actually there. So that's a couple of things that I would probably suggest. So make sure that you've got a new email address. Make sure you've got a new separate bank account. So easy to set these up these days. It's frightening. make sure you've got a device that's in place that's solely for your match betting purposes, and also have a float of money that's separate. And try, if you can, not to dig into that. So almost see it as an investment that you put the money aside and you don't dip into that. And what you'll find in match betting is the more money you've got, the more money you'll make. So if you start skimming profits off, which is fine to do, what you might end up finding is that you can't get on as many offers that you would actually like to do. So that should be enough to get you started. Once you're actually started, then it's just a matter of what offers do you want to do, what ones are more profitable for you, and some people actually prefer different types of offers to other people. Sign-up offers, you've probably got well over 100, so you can probably even take the first couple of months just doing sign-ups, whether it's before you go to work, whether it's on a lunch break, whether it's after work once the kids are in bed, or whether it's just the weekend only. It's just purely down to the availability of time that you've got in terms of how much money you'll make in the period of time. So it might take you 3 months to do something that somebody else takes 1 month, but you'll ultimately get the same amount of money that's back from there. So that's all the things that I would say the top tips to start match betting for. Quicker you get involved in any sort of communities as well, the better. You can start bouncing ideas off things and asking questions, and that's where Profit Accumulator and Odds Monkey are absolutely perfect. What I will be doing is I'll be posting more videos to help you as you go along your match betting journey, and that way then you can start asking questions underneath these videos. If there's anything that didn't make sense, if there's anything that you want some more information about, just leave a comment below. And what I'll aim to do is I'll try to put together as many engaging match betting videos as possible. Pulling on the 6 years that I've been doing this, I'm now 3 years full-time match betting, so this is my sole